Well, hello there, Abundant Life Living community. It is I, Coach Tonya Bryant, your transformational coach. I'm also a licensed master social worker, and I work with women to help them transform their lives through learning how to shift their mindset. I want to welcome you to my campaign on Know Thyself, Love Thyself, Heal Thyself. Um, the past couple of weeks, we've been working on phase one of Know Thyself, Love Thyself, Heal Thyself. And so we focused really around this idea of getting to know yourself, know yourself. In this journey, for you to become whole, you've got to know who you are. So I want to spend the next couple of weeks on our second phase, which is love thyself. All right. And so today we're going to talk about cultivating self compassion. This is all about loving ourselves because, again, this campaign deals with knowing thyself, loving thyself, healing thyself, a journey to wholeness. If we are going to walk in this abundant life, that's the name of my business, Abundant Life Living, we have to become whole. We have to walk in our wholeness. And so, in doing that, we have to learn to know ourselves. We have to learn to love ourselves, and then through that, we can really begin to heal ourselves. So we are on phase two, where we are dealing with loving thyself. So as I said earlier, we are dealing with phase two of love thyself. Cultivating, and today we're specifically going to deal with this idea of cultivating self-compassion. And so when we talk about self-compassion, what we're really talking about is this practice of being gentle and being kind and understanding to who you, especially when you fall short. So if we're going to begin to really love ourselves, we've got to walk in this idea of self-compassion. Now, self-compassion is treating you the way you'd want someone, the way you treat someone that you deeply love. It's not about excuses or passivity, but it's about support. It's about softness. It's about sacred self honoring. Oh, I love that. Say that again with me. Sacred self honoring. When something is sacred, it's holy, it's set apart. So when we talk about self compassion, it's all about this idea of sacred self honoring, honoring yourself. And so, why do we often struggle with compassion? Because many of us have been conditioned to be hard on ourselves, um, to perform, to hustle for our worth, just to be really harsh to ourselves. And we need to understand this harshness that we take upon ourselves, it doesn't build resilience. What builds resilience is that compassion, is that love, that self-regard for yourself, that compassion. So again, when we talk about compassion, it's the way you would treat someone that you deeply love. You would be gentle with them. You would be loving with them. You know, even if you're telling the truth, you still there's a level of compassion. And why don't we do that to ourselves? Why are we so hard and abrupt and just not good to ourselves? Is because we lack that compassion. We lack that self-love because we've been taught if I'm hard on me, then for some reason it's going to cause us to conform to perform better. But that's not necessarily so. So we have got to get out of this idea of being hard to ourselves, of being harsh, of just being abrupt with ourselves. We've got to learn to be kind to ourselves. And so I want us to reflect. I want to do a little reflection exercise right now. And I am going to put up some questions. So I want you, you know what? Close your eyes for a minute. Just close your eyes. And take a deep breath in and then release it. Take another deep breath in and then release it. So, Tonya, what are you doing? I'm causing you to focus, right? That's one of the reasons I have you closing your eyes. And so, as you're closing your eyes, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. And I want you just to sit, listen to my voice, listen to these questions. Where have I been critical of myself this week? Where have I been critical of myself this week? Just close your eyes, take it in. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say each of these questions 3 times. I want you just to take it in. I'm going to have you in a minute open your eyes, and these questions are on the screen, but I want you to just slow down the hustle and the bustle. Take the time to really reflect. So where have I been critical of myself this week? What would it sound like if I responded to myself with kindness instead? What would it sound like if I responded to myself with kindness instead? What would it sound like if I responded to myself with kindness instead? Just continue to close your eyes. Just gave you some things, 2 questions to reflect on. While your eyes are closed, just go ahead and take another deep breath in. And then release it. Another deep breath in. And then release it. Let's do one more deep breath in. And then release it. Just sit right in the moment. Just sit in the moment. Just sit in the peace. Let the peace, no judgment. Just sit in his presence. Just sit and focus and ponder. And let's sit for about a minute, just quiet. I'm going to stop talking and we're just going to sit. All right, so as we sat for a minute, I want you to go ahead and open up your eyes. And so the breathing helps slow down your nervous system, helps you to focus. And so we're on this section of our discussion of just the reflection question. And so your eyes are open now, and you should have a journal, right? And I want you to, as we ask these questions, I'm going to ask them again. Where have I been critical of myself this week? So I'm reading it. I want you to read it. Where have I been critical of myself this week? And as you're thinking about that, I want you to write your response in your journal. Because again, we're talking about loving thyself. This we're on phase 2, loving thyself, and we're cultivating self-compassion. Cultivating self-compassion. And we said that self-compassion is how you would treat yourself the same way you would treat someone that you deeply love, you deeply care, you deeply respect, right? And I'm going to ask my AI a question. Please give me a definition of self-compassion. I will be sharing this with my audience who is live with me now. I'm going to be sharing the answer again because we're talking about loving thyself. So, what is a solid definition for self compassion? Thank you. I always tell my AI, thank you. I'm just in a habit of doing that. All right, so let's see. Let's see what it came up with. Because it's so important. And so self-compassion is giving yourself the same kindness, care, and understanding that you would offer someone that you deeply love. So it really expounded on the definition that I already gave you. There are 3 keys to self-compassion. First is self kindness. Oh, I love this. Speaking gently to yourself, especially when you fail or you feel inadequate. So, the 3 keys of self compassion: 1, self kindness; 2, common humanity. Remembering that everyone struggles, you are not alone, right? You are not alone. Oftentimes we will isolate ourselves and start creating these narratives in our mind that I am not this and I'm not enough and I can't do, and understanding that self compassion involves the common humanity, that everyone struggles. You are not alone. You're not an anomaly. I think that's how you say that word. You are not alone. And number 3, self compassion involves mindfulness. What does that mean? So being aware of your emotions without ignoring or exaggerating them. So being present, being mindful of what you're feeling, right? Not allowing it to control you and cause manic or chaos, but being aware of them, right? Being aware without ignoring them or exaggerating or pandering to them. So, in short, self compassion is treating yourself like a beloved friend, especially in moments when you need it the most. I love that. I'm going to read that again. Self compassion is treating yourself like a beloved friend, someone that you love, your bestie, your ace, your ride or die. So self-compassion is treating yourself like a beloved friend, especially in those moments when you need it the most. And so we're reflecting as we a little deeper in what self-compassion is. So where have you been critical of yourself this week? What would it sound like if you responded to yourself like your BFF? like your beloved friend? What would it sound like if you responded with kindness and love and care and understanding? And so I want you in your journal, those two questions, I want you, once you're done with the live or in your prayer, meditation, journaling time, write down the answers to those questions. Because as I said earlier, we struggle with self-compassion because we have been taught not to care for ourselves. We have been taught to be harder on ourselves. And so this idea of self-compassion becomes a strange thing to us. And so as I get ready to wrap up this week, notice your self-talk. Notice the story that you're telling yourself, that you are speaking to yourself. Choose to pause and speak to yourself like someone you love. Not, I don't want your self-talk to, oh, I'm so stupid. Why did I do that? Oh my gosh, what was I thinking? And we're many of us are guilty of that, of talking to ourselves like that. But what about, you know what? You made a mistake. It's okay. This is okay. You'll get another opportunity, right? What if we begin we notice that and begin to shift and change our self-talk so that we're speaking life and we're speaking filled with self-compassion for ourselves. You are worthy of your own compassion. Say that. I am worthy of my own compassion. Say that again. I am worthy of my own compassion. One more time. I am worthy of my own compassion. Right? If we're going to love thyself, we've got to walk in that self-compassion. My name is Tonya LaShawn Bryant. I am a transformational coach, and you have just been listening to the second phase of my campaign of Know Thyself, Love Thyself, Heal Thyself, a journey to wholeness. We're focusing in on the second phase, which is Love Thyself. And we're learning how to cultivate self-compassion because that is so key as we walk in the journey of loving thyself. Be filled with compassion. Be filled with concern and care. All right. So again, I am Tonya LaShawn Bryant, your transformational coach. I am here on Mondays, 7:30-ish Mountain Standard Time. And then also on Thursdays, 7:30-ish Mountain Standard Time as well. And so my Thursdays, we have dictated those as Affirmation Thursdays, because what we do, let me get the exact, Affirmation Thursdays with yours truly, Coach Tonya LaShawn Bryant. And so what I am going to do is we will have affirmations that we're going to say that I'm going to expound on that's related to this idea of cultivating self-compassion. Let me give you a little sneak preview of one of the affirmations that we're going to speak. I give myself grace in every season. I give myself grace in every season. So grace means that we're accepting ourselves even when we fall short. So each season has its rhythm. Trust yours. Right? So we're going to expound. We're going to do more. I normally give you guys 10 affirmations that go along with our main topic of from today. And so we've been talking about cultivating self-compassion. Also at the bottom of the screen, if you have not gotten yours, go ahead and get the free ebook, Overcoming Limiting Beliefs. Go to bit.ly/limits2024 today to download your free ebook. I want to thank you so much for joining me today as we talked about loving thyself. We're on phase 2 and learning how to cultivate self compassion. So I'm going to give you some affirmations on Thursday to really deal with cultivating self compassion. Again, I am Tonya LaShawn Bryant. I'm signing off. I want to thank you so much. I will be here on Thursday at 7:30 Mountain Standard Time. So go ahead and put on your notifications so that you can join us as we are doing the work to learning to love ourselves. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye now.